Hello and welcome to Dr. Ced Says. I am Dr. Cedric Wood. I'm right here on a Saturday night. This is September the 27th, 2025. And what does Dr. Ced say today? Well, it's going to be short, but I'm commenting on the news of today. As you know, in Dallas here a couple of days ago, a young man decided to start shooting at the ICE facility, and sure enough, ended up killing one person and injuring two others. It's a shame because that the person who was killed was an actual immigrant. He was aiming for the ICE officers, I'm sure. He would be regretting doing that, I'm sure, if he hadn't decided to kill himself. Anybody who decides to do something so radical as to get a gun and start shooting at people, and of course this includes Tyler Robinson, who shot Charlie Kirk. Terrible, horrible. I've been trying to work on understanding the criminal mind ever since Columbine. So we're coming up, way over 20 years. I've been working on this. I'm talking to other professionals. What's going on in the person's mind? And I made some great progress yesterday. I can't wait to share it with you, but I don't have it drawn up yet. But what I'm commenting on tonight is how Heather Hayes, a wonderful newscaster along with the whole crew. I watch them every morning and every night. Fox 4 News here in Dallas, Texas. Thank you guys. I'm a big fan. She asked a person who she was interviewing to profile what's going on with this young man. And I was very eager to hear the man's answer. And he says, well, I really don't know what's going on in his mind, but we do know. And then he went into all these details about his intentions and how he had put into a note that I want to terrorize, I want to cause terror with these people. So that's his motivation. Well, I'm going to present, not tonight, but the 5 levels of motivation. That's the most surface level. What are the other 4 levels of motivation? In other words, what drove him to get a gun, to shoot people, and then to take his own life? He was extremely unhappy. That just goes without saying. Nobody who's living a good life and they've got a wife or a girlfriend, raising the kids, going to work every day, is going to get a gun and kill somebody most of the time. So when you have somebody who does this, you know he's very unhappy with his life. And that's such a shame. And I had to run it back to see who were they interviewing. It was the ex-director of the FBI. Well, I'm sure they know a lot about criminality. Another interview that would happen a while back, I was wondering who that woman was they were interviewing. She was a criminologist. I'm sure they have a lot of information about the process of criminals doing things. What blows me away, and the whole purpose of my show tonight is to say this: why are we not interviewing psychologists who know about the functioning of the mind? Even counselors, marriage and family therapists. Every one of these men grew up in a family, and it looks like that Tyler Robinson's family was one of the healthiest. But something went wrong along the way, I'm sorry to say. And so we need to be delving in to the childhood of each and every shooter. There was a young man, and I could make a long list, but one that comes to my mind is a person who went into the Allen. It's a little town, not a little town, it's a large town north of Dallas, that the outlet mall, and shot and killed, I believe, 6 people. 6 people lost their lives. One family of 4, mom, dad, older brother, killed. One little boy left in this world all alone. I hope he had family to go live with, but he will never stop missing his mommy and his daddy and his big brother. And yet this young man thought it was okay to get a gun and go and start shooting these people. He ended up getting shot and killed himself. How did that work out for you? Terribly. Here's my point. Not one word from his mom and dad. His parents could have told us what happened to this young man growing up. The parents of Tyler Robinson should be telling us what they think happened to him when he was 5, 10, and 15 years old that left him at the age of 22, dropping out of college after being so smart and becoming an electrician apprentice, a special program. God bless all of our electricians. We need them so badly. They're smart people. But that is confusing. How would you get into this college program and then go to a trade school? Something was wrong there. And we're not learning one word about how he was feeling disappointed or sad or lost or kind of empty. We just haven't learned. Thank goodness he wasn't killed. He's still living in prison, probably will be for the rest of his life, right along with Brian Koberger. When are we going to interview the killers and find out what happened to them? And when are we going to start interviewing mom and dad to find out what happened to them as children? Because that's where the motivation comes from. Okay, so imagine 5 different levels. Well, he wanted to cause terror. Oh, okay, so we're done. The FBI is done with their investigation. No, there's 4 more levels about not being happy with his current relationship, not being happy with the way his schooling went back when he was 18 and 19, not being happy with the way he was treated maybe as in junior high or high school, or his failure in this and his disappointment in that. All the way back to motivation number 1 is anger and from early childhood. There's no guarantee. I'm just guessing that that's there. I'm sure they asked, what was the motivation of Ted Kaczynski? Why did he go and kill these professors and these not technician, but technology people? Well, he was angry at them. But why? And there was a magazine article that came out, I think it was People magazine, and his brother told what happened to him when he was a little boy. He had a rash. The doctor said, we want to study the rash for 2 weeks, so drop him off at the hospital, and we're going to keep him here away from mom, away from dad, away from big brother. And then we're going to start strapping him to a table, his arms and his legs, and take pictures of the rash. I hope we've grown up since then, doctors, just totally without consideration for this little baby's sense of self and sense of safety. Total inconsideration. And I think his brother said that's probably why he ended up doing what he did. So I'm going to wrap this up right now with this. Why aren't the news media, news reporters asking psychologists and therapists about the functioning of the human mind? I've studied this for over 2 decades. Call me. I am here. I have done many presentations on this. I haven't just started thinking about this past year or something. Come on. I've been working on this a long time. Don't ask the FBI and a criminologist. Ask a person with 200 graduate hours in psychology, counseling, and family therapy. Ask me what's going on in his brain. I will give you useful information so your viewers will come to understand what happened to the shooter growing up and understand how important it is for children to be parented and treated well, to grow up happy and healthy. Okay? Does that make sense? Thank you for tuning in. Call me with any questions, 214-394-4040. Dr. Said here. I will answer your questions. Let me know what you think of what I've done here. I guess there's a way on YouTube to say that you liked it. Leave comments. I will read them, and I would love to chat with you. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great weekend.